All right, all right, all right. Let's get into this. So the reason I played that intro was somebody wanted to make a comment today in somebody's live stream. You know, I'm not dropping names or nothing like that, but somebody wanted to make a comment as far as who does a Mexican homie and Mrs. Homie think they are? Michelle Obama and Barack Obama? All I could do was laugh. That's all I could do was laugh. Because I was like, I have never claimed to be this top dog or this, put myself on a pedestal or anything like that. But I tell you, when I heard that, I was all like, what? I have never put myself on a pedestal thinking I was Barack Obama, Mr. Obama. Mrs. Homie has never put herself on a pedestal thinking that, she's Michelle Obama. I was like, this is wild. But when people make those type of comments, I have to giggle at it because we have never put ourselves on a pedestal at all. And I'll never put myself on a pedestal like that because it's just, we bring awareness and that's what we do. That's what we come. We try to save people from getting scammed out of money. We try to put the word out on who the beggars and scammers are, P3DOs, things of that nature. Uh, yeah, it was weird. 420 friendly mom. It was a weird comment to be made. I was listening in. Good thing I caught it, and I was all like, there's no reason for people to go down that route. And another thing, I don't ever tell anybody. Uh, yeah, anonymous. It's just I don't understand the thinking behind that or why something like that would be said. No, Georgie, no. So I was all like, you know, I found it hilarious. I laughed at it, but we don't put ourselves on a pedestal like that. We bring awareness respectfully, and we do it as respectful as possible. We're not, and welcome in everybody. Welcome in. We're barely getting started. Thank you for joining us tonight. We're going to talk about a few things. Another thing, I don't tell people what to do with their platforms, how to conduct themselves on their platforms. I don't do that. Crispy Bacon, I won't mention any names because, yeah.
All I did was get a fucking screenshot that said some stupid shit about Mexicans. She is a mod for another creator. I send it to that creator. so she could do whatever she wanted with it. She put it on the screen, and it went left from there.
So there was a racist comment made in somebody's live stream. We're not going to mention whose. Mrs. Homie took it uh, to the person that person moderates for, and we call out racism. You know what I'm saying? We call out racism all the time. I won't tolerate it. I won't stand by it. It's unacceptable. How many times have we said on this platform, we all bleed the same color? So that's where I stand with this whole nonsense. Um, I just, but even with the comment that was made today about Mrs. Homie and myself acting like we're the Obamas and we sit on this pedestal or something, even the insinuation makes no sense because we've never put ourselves on any type of pedestal. You know, we don't act like we're better than anybody on TikTok or social media or in real life. We just don't. You know, I feel that we're all equal. You know, um, I don't get it. I don't understand where I don't understand where some people's minds run with uh, when they make comments or what comes to their mind when things like that are said. Uh, I just don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, Ghosty Boo 82. I guess, yeah. So that's why I played that presidential song by Young Bloods because, you know, that presidential, you know, SHIT. I had to play that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I just, I had to play that song. So now I'm going to move on to some other things, you know, because I wanted to address that bunch of nonsense. So last time we were talking about accountability, and that's something that we're talking about right now. Hey, Pops said, reporting for duty, Mr. President, First Lady. I like your sense of humor, Pops. I love your sense of humor. You know, hey, we gotta laugh at things, right? Because if we're not laughing at things, I mean, Pops, that's why we love you, Pops. You know, Pops is family to us. We've made a lot of great family on TikTok, and hey, we gotta have good humor, like a good humor bar, right? Okay, so now that we're on accountability, and welcome in everybody, welcome in Ms. Bev, all the moderators, everybody in the community. Thank you for joining us tonight. Um, oh, thank you, Miss Lisa. No updates on Clover King. He's basically fell off the map. So with Clover King, he's fell off the map, and essentially, uh, I don't know what's going on with that guy anymore. I just don't. So let me grab a picture right away, everybody. Um, let me grab a picture. If the sound goes away, the picture goes away. I'm grabbing a picture. All right. Uh, no, I'm already back. Okay. So last time we talked about this individual, we uh, we held a live stream. I think we only held one on him. Oh yeah, Maria, I agree. But Clover's not going to do that. So Mr. Tanner, Mr. Malcolm Tanner, he's found himself in a world of trouble. He wanted a lot of attention, and unfortunately, he's getting attention that he does not want. Yeah, this is the one that was giving away, claiming to give away free homes in Loving County, Texas. Um, Also, give everybody $5,000 a month to go live on the land and all this craziness. Oh, I got an update on this fella. Let me grab it. Let me grab this update on this fella. Okay. This guy just found himself in a big lawsuit. They're suing him. The Attorney General of Texas. They are taking this guy. He's got a massive lawsuit, 22 pages. They say he's committing organized criminal activity on the land. Yeah, this guy just found himself in a massive lawsuit. Um, they're going to get him for trying to overthrow the government. We only had one live stream on this, but there was a group of individuals. There was a group of individuals bringing awareness on him. Now, with this lawsuit, he's made it to the news, everybody. Everybody, I'm telling you, this guy has made it to the news. And if you don't believe me, if you don't believe me that this guy's made it to the news, hold on. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me grab this right away. I just gotta accept all this. Yeah, this guy has made it to the news. And it's not good. Yeah, he wanted the attention. This guy wanted all the attention. So it says the Texas Attorney General has brought a civil lawsuit against an Indiana man who is accused of offering housing to people if they help him overthrow the local government in a rural, sparsely populated county in the Lone Star State. And we're talking about Malcolm Tanner. Now, according to a news release, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton has filed a lawsuit in the District Court of Loving County against Crawfordsville native Malcolm Tanner, who is accused of violating public health requirements outlined in the Texas Health and Safety Code by soliciting followers to join him in Loving County, where he reportedly purchased 2 5-acre tracts of land in January. I wasn't lying when I pulled up those property deeds, because he was claiming to give 40 acres here to somebody, 30 acres to somebody else, 15 acres over here. This guy was handing out, he thought he was like Oprah and handing out a lot of acres of land, when in reality, he only had 2 5-acre parcels. You see what I'm saying? Only 2 5-acre parcels, and he's on making videos telling people, oh, well, you get 40 acres, you get 30, you get 10, you get 15. And all he had was 2 5-acre plots. That's all he had. Yeah, this guy thought he was Oprah. And nowhere near Oprah. Paxton said the land does not have any functioning utilities, posing a health risk as women and children have been invited to inhabit the land without proper sewage facilities being in place. In addition to the civil lawsuit, Paxton has also filed a temporary restraining order against Tanner. The Attorney General has filed a temporary restraining order against Malcolm Tanner, and that prohibits anybody from living on the land or any other people going over to the land. Yeah, scam opera. He's getting these are felony charges. This guy made the news. So that's one of the news outlets that he made. Now let me grab the other one. Give me 1 second. This guy's all over the news now, but the wrong attention that he wanted. Yeah, this guy's all over the news. Give me 1 second. All right. Let me fix my mouse here. My mouse is acting funny. Here's another news outlet. You know how bad it is when they send drones. When they send drones out to get pictures of his property. Remember, we told him he was going to be held accountable. These are the drone pictures that were taken. That's how it is bad when they send drones to get pictures of the property. These are pictures that were taken with the drone of the property out in Texas. It's crazy. That's one of the pictures. That's another one. Another one. Talking about Malcolm Tanner. Talking about Malcolm Tanner. Yeah, they got RVs, some campers, but where are these free homes this guy claimed that he was going to give everybody? I'm trying to still figure that out. We told him he was going to be held accountable. Remember, accountability goes a long way. You never heard of him? Oh, yeah, this is the guy that said that he was running for president of the United States in 2024. He also claimed to be running for... He could essentially just kiss that bid for presidency, kiss it goodbye. Yeah, the windowless homes. Morgan said monopoly homes. Yes, essentially, he lied to everybody. Yeah, Ms. Beth, yes. Yes, we played that video, and we couldn't show it. He was building jails. He was essentially... See, here's the thing, Mr. Tanner. I got the lawsuit.
Cause no. _____.
Whoa. My Bluetooth was speaking to me. Okay, this thing was going wild. I was like, wait a minute. My Bluetooth is talking to me.
Request for an emergency temporary.
Why is it reading to me? Hold on, everybody. This thing is reading to me. I don't know what's going on. What in the world is going on? This thing is going off the chain. I don't know what it's doing. Okay, so here's the lawsuit. I don't know what happened. I didn't do nothing. It just started reading to me. There it goes. It continues. All right. So here's the lawsuit. The state of Texas versus Malcolm Terrell Tanner. So the state of Texas brings this suit against Malcolm Terrell Tanner, defendant, a resident of Crawfordsville, Indiana, who boasts that his goal is to overthrow the local government in Loving County and run for president in 2028. Loving County, Texas is a rural county in West Texas with a population of 64, according to the 2020 census. Located in the Permian Basin, which is known for its rich oil deposits, the Loving County tax base is massive compared to its population, with the total taxable value of over $18 billion in 2024. Yeah, that thing keeps on reading on its own. So essentially, you know, this they're getting him for trying to overthrow the government, and he made it loud and clear in a lot of his videos that his daughter was going to be running for judge, which is kind of wild. Why does this thing keep going? Now, when we talked about this thing better stop. When we had the awareness live previously, we talked about how there was no infrastructure in place. There was just no infrastructure. And it clearly states it on the lawsuit. It says, due to the lack of septic and sewer access and the increasing number of individuals inhabiting the land, the state believes that Tanner is violating or threatening to violate Chapter 341 of the Texas Health and Safety Code. The property is also used as a meeting place for Tanner and his co-conspirators to plan organized criminal activity. The state asked the court to enjoin Tanner from continuing these illegal activities and assess civil penalties. So they're saying that organized crime is happening on the property. And there's no infrastructure in place. Settings, accessibility, narrator, then turn off. Just let it read on its own. We'll let it keep on going. So essentially that is, this lawsuit is 22, or maybe it's right here. Oh, it is right. Oh, let me hit pause. There we go. I found out how to stop it from. Okay, I figured out how to stop it from doing what it was doing. Okay, so it is 22 pages long. And let me get down, because I was going through a lot of it. And here it clearly states, in January of 2025, Malcolm Tanner purchased 2 adjoining 5-acre parcels of land in Loving County, Texas. I don't know how he was giving away all this acreage if he only had 2 5-acre parcels. The land was undeveloped and sits in the middle of rural West Texas. Since purchasing the property, Tanner has been advertising free homes to consumers on social media and other messaging platforms, such as Clubhouse, to those willing to move to the county and register to vote. He appears to be targeting women with children. Once again, he appears to be targeting women with children. Because there are women and children that are living out there right now. This is wild. Dr. Malcolm Tanner. I just had his picture up. It says, according to his multiple social media posts, Tanner aspires to change the name of Loving County to Tanner County and run in the 2028 presidential election. Remember I kept telling everybody when we had that live stream about him that he was calling it Tanner County instead of Loving County? Yeah, another Jim Jones. You're right, Miss Anna. This guy was so focused on overthrowing a government that he was already calling the county a whole different name under him. Tannerville as well. Yeah. This guy was set on overthrowing the government. What type of doctor? Nobody could find a doctor degree for him, Miss Cece. I believe so, Miss Amy. Oh, you're welcome, Kelly. Crazy. It says the majority of the individuals living on the property were enticed by his promise of free homes and moved from out of state. But rather than homes, much less free homes, these people are now living in recreational vehicles and camper vans that were purchased by Tanner and lack of running water, proper waste disposal, or reliable electricity. I told everybody there was no infrastructure on that property. None whatsoever. And when I got in his box, he would answer a question with the question. He thought that the Mexican homie didn't know how to do research. He thought the Mexican homie was just the Lulu. He thought I was the Lulu. It says neither parcel of land is plumbed for sewage or septic disposal. The recreational vehicles and camper vans are not tied into proper waste disposal. We're talking about Malcolm Tanner, the one that was allegedly ran for president in 2024 and was going to run for president in 2028. It says, contrary to Tanner's advertising, however, there are no free homes. Once again, contrary to Tanner's advertising, however, there are no free homes. Rather, reports indicate that individuals who move to defendant's property are evicted when they fail to make monthly payments or perform work on defendant's behalf. That defendant receives financial support from those individuals as a condition of them remaining on the property. And that defendant and his co-conspirators seek to engage in organized criminal activity on the property. Yeah, Grandma, Texas, I'll put it up. So there is co-conspirators involved in this. So it's Malcolm Tanner, Texas. In Texas. Now, I'll put his picture back up because for the people that missed it. Give me 1 second. I'll get his picture back up. Well, where did it go? Oh, this would it be? Give me 1 second. I'm going to grab his picture. Okay, that's what we're talking about. Okay, so 22 pages long. So, at the request of the county district attorney, the attorney general shall institute and conduct a suit in the name of the state for injunctive relief to recover a civil penalty or for both injunctive relief and civil penalty, according to Texas Health and Safety Codes 341.092F. Give me 1 second. Not only, and I'm going to get down. They're also trying to get him. They're also trying to get Malcolm Tanner for terroristic threats because he threatened police officers or sheriff's deputies, and it's all right here. And also, give me 1 second because I got it right here. Give me 1 second. So, give me 1 second. Because it, like I said, it's 22 pages. So yeah, they're because of the threats that he made to police and sheriffs and other individuals. He's looking at some felony charges. Sorry, Miss Cece, I didn't catch any comments. If there is some disrespectful comments, the moderators will get him out of here. I didn't catch it. Sorry, I was looking at the lawsuit. Now, with all this happening, we all know the state of Texas doesn't play at all. You don't go messing around in Texas and think that you're going to get away with something, because they are not going to take it lightly. Texas is, I even know not to even step into Texas. You know, I bought a Lexus that came from Texas. All my exes, they came from Texas. It's a song, everybody. I'm sorry. I've had a good day today. I'm sorry. I gotta have good humor with everything that's going on TikTok. I apologize. If I'm out of line, I apologize. Now, they're gonna try to hit him with, and I'm gonna get down to this. So it says the state seeks civil penalties in an amount of not more than $10,000 per DTPA violation. Texas Business and Commercial Code S17.47C. All your exes live in Texas? Yeah, so for every violation, they want to hit him with an amount of not more than $10,000 per violation. That's look, between attorney's fees and all the violations, especially for trying to overthrow the government, you think that they're just going to stand by and hit them with the minimal penalties available? No, they're going to make sure they lay the hammer down. Somebody said he is handsome. I can't speak on that, Miss Sunrise. They're going to lay the hammer down on this guy. Texas is not going to play with him. The legal fees alone. Yeah. Look, this guy was asking for people to send him CAs. How are you going to sit there and tell people that you'll give them $5,000 a month per person if they move to your land, but you're asking for people to send you CA donations? That doesn't. Look, if that doesn't sound fishy, I don't know what I don't know how people fell for it. I just don't get it. Yeah, I believe so, Miss Amy. I believe when you try to overthrow a government, Miss Kim Young, it's a payment app. Miss Sunrise says, okay, wait, no more handsome. Hold on. Miss Christy Lee says, no, $5,000 a month, all children in school and all of us who moved. See, Miss Christy Lee was, unfortunately, yes, I talked to Erica yesterday. I did talk to Miss Erica last night. I went into her live stream. A lot has happened. It is fraud. It's a whole scheme. According to the news articles, it was a scheme. And where is Mr. Malcolm Tanner? Nowhere to be found. Where is Mr. Malcolm Tanner? Nowhere to be found. This guy went into hiding. Let me grab this. See if I could. Give me 1 second. See if I could grab another one. Give me 1 second. And I can't believe this guy. I don't know. Yeah, Miss Christy Lee, I looked up the voting records, and essentially I didn't, you know, we did it in real time. Hey, Miss Erica. And Miss Erica started bringing awareness about this situation a long. Miss Erica, how many years? How many years uh, were you bringing awareness on this, on this individual and what he was doing? You were in his meetings when he was supposedly running for president? My goodness. 2 years. Miss Erica was bringing awareness on this guy for 2 years. Finally, something is being done. Finally. And when people say awareness does not work, I beg to differ. I beg to differ when people always claim awareness does not work. Awareness does work because the more people you reach, the more people you let know about him and his scamming ways, people will get wind of it. And Miss Erica, you could grab a box if you like. I don't mind if you want to grab a box. I'll bring you up. It's been going on for a while. It's been going on for a while. Okay, we'll bring Miss Erica up. Hey, Miss Erica.
How y'all doing? Hey, everybody. Thank
Well,
y'all so much. And I thank you, Mexican Homie, for real, because you have a lot of followers. And when you went on Malcolm's Live, it just really went from there. I just don't think it was enough people reporting, and I think that's why he's gotten away with it so long. People are embarrassed because they've donated and they feel ashamed, and they don't want to talk about it and they don't want to warn the next person. So I thank you and your people as well because they've been on my lives as well. When I go live around 9:30, I notice a lot of your people are over there supporting, and I thank you all for it. And I thank the ones that was with me from the beginning as well. So it's been a long time coming, but we finally about to get some justice for him for all those people that he hurt. Even his own kids. He abused his own kids. His daughter walked to the police station and said she had enough. She talked about that house is the house of horrors. He locked one of his daughters in the basement for 30 days, for a whole month, with a decomposing dead dog. Now, these are facts because I got this straight from his oldest brother, and his oldest brother has been on my live several times as well. He doesn't agree with what he does, and none of his siblings fool with him. All of them have business about themselves, and he's just the runt that never had anything. So he tries to, you know, let his nuts hang and be bad, really bad, but I guess. But his time is coming for all those people he hurt, abused, his kids. The kids say that he wasn't even letting them go to school, and because they had to stay home and take care of the younger kids. And they said that he wasn't even homeschooling them. And I'm just like, wow, how is he getting away with all this? And then she talks about how he chokes them out. That's her words. And it's just really sad. And I'm glad that she finally, had the courage to go say something about it. So they're doing really well now. Something is wrong with Malcolm. He's definitely inhumane. He seems soulless to me because he doesn't care who he hurts. He got those people out there. He made them leave their jobs, their homes, and come out there, to get a free home. Well, now he has them living in RVs and tents that they had to purchase themselves. And they also had to get a generator, 2 gas cans, and a tent if they want to live out there. But he's charging them $16 a day. $16 a day plus $100 a month for dues. Don't forget the daily donations. If everybody give me $1, I can get this, and he never gets anything for anybody but himself. Or the time where him and Juanita was on live, and he was in the mall and air conditioning. She was out there, looked like she was in a sandstorm because that's how dirty she looked, you know. And she was talking about how hot it was, and he said, "You better go find a tree." There's no trees out there. There's no trees out there. And I don't know if you know, but Kay, she's from Mentone. That's the owner of the cafe that they talked about in the article, Houston Chronicle. Now
Uh-huh.
that's who I've been talking to, and that's where I got most of my information, about what's going on with them. But she came on my live last night, and she just wanted to say the people of Mentone, they are not racist. They are very welcoming people. And when they first started coming out there, it was only those two women, and the child, and people were putting money together to help them, And then when the sheriff went to do a wellness check because there was a storm, and Malcolm called and cussed him out, and the young lady played it in commissioner's court. Like, it was crazy. Like, and then I was telling them that there's still help for you guys if you leave now. They were given several warnings because I know for a fact they listened to my live, whether they're in the hallway. And I was told to tell them that there's help for you. They'll make sure your kids are safe, with you, but they didn't, nobody, reached out. So now, unfortunately, the co-conspirators are, going to be going down with Malcolm, unfortunately.
So, how many people? I mean, I could look in the lawsuit. Are also listed as co-conspirators in this.
Yeah, it's the main crew, the ones that's been with him the longest, like your Two Lanes, Juanita Hunt, Jasmine Bradford, Tanya, Treasure, the one that's probably pregnant by him. He has his wife pregnant and her at the
Oh my
same
God.
time. That's just crazy. And these are facts. Again, I can go to court and say the same thing. I don't speak nothing but facts. I've never told not one lie on that man. But he's been telling people I was lying, but now the truth is coming to light, and now they probably feel stupid, and some of those people don't have a way out. They don't have any transportation or any money to go back home. They've burnt their bridges, because Malcolm has them turning against their own family. Oh, you're the black sheep of the family, and they're not going to understand you. And they get into it because the family is trying to warn them and they're not listening. And then Malcolm gets in their head and he brainwashes them, and it's sad. But again, I thank you so much. I can't thank you enough.
No need to thank us, Mrs. Erica. We are glad to help out in whatever way we could, and it just you know a lot has happened, a lot has transpired, and I'm glad to see that a lot of people are getting justice for what he did, and um, I just it's a lot. It's a lot to go and deal with this type of nonsense, and for him to scam so many people, and it's wild. It's wild behavior, and justice will be served. And this is what happens, when he thinks that he was untouchable, because he was sitting there essentially suing media. That guy from that has his news channel, and then what was the other big lawsuit, Miss Erica?
Loving County, because they went to do a wellness check, and he said they were trespassing and damaged his property. They didn't damage any property. They were out there burning their trash and waste, and I'm talking about the human waste, and it states that in the paper. They're out there burning poop from their buckets that they poop in. And I know for a fact that they poop in buckets because one of the ladies that was out there, she was talking to me and telling me how um, one of the ladies got into it with the guy because he pooped in her bucket. So they definitely use buckets out there because there's no sewers, there's no running water. One lady said she had to wash her, private with a water bottle. Like, it's just insane that they would even want to live like that. You know.
It is craziness
And
Uh,
did you see what he wrote? He came out with a new statement. I thought he was just going to give it a. He's still out here. Somebody must have wrote it for him, but it's on Facebook. He basically was talking about how he wants to obey the law and he wants to, you know, have his amendments or some type of civil rights honored. It's just a bunch of crap. It's like it's a whole page long. And I'll send it to you. I think I'm a force of Paul Brown probably put it on their page by now.
so he went into essentially he went into hiding, right?
Yes, but he
So
still came back today and wrote a whole statement about the situation and about his civil rights being not being honored or whatever. And he just talked a bunch of crap. Somebody probably wrote it for him because he's not that smart.
he's not going to get away with it. He knows that he's in a world of trouble with this.
Exactly. And he's trying to make people feel like they're going against him. They were harassing him. He was the one doing the harassing. If you saw that clip where Larry, he's one of the sheriffs in the sheriff's department, Malcolm told him that he was going to put him on a pink Huffy, a bike, and have him direct traffic after he takes his position. Like
Yeah.
he was really playing in their faces. And I think that pissed a lot of them off too.
Well, he's not going to get away with very much. He's essentially, with all this that's happening, he's about to find himself, tied up so far in legal fees that he's going to have to get rid of those properties. You know, especially with the threats that he made to the sheriffs or and stuff like that. He's really he got himself into a lot of trouble, and in my opinion, felony charges are coming his way. He'll essentially he don't between the legal fees and having to get the properties up to date. Uh, there's no way he don't have that type of money. He just doesn't have it at all.
He'll be in the clubhouse trying to drain them for whatever they have left. If everybody give me $10, I can get a lawyer.
It's not
He'll
gonna.
be doing that
He's gonna need a lot of money because he's going up against the state, against the attorney general.
right, and there's no appeal with that.
No, you're right. We want to thank you, Miss Erica, for all of the awareness you brought for 2 years. Uh, I have always said that in whatever way we could help out, by doing an awareness live on him and letting more people know. I'm just glad to see that justice will be served.
Absolutely, and I thank you so much as well.
You're welcome, Miss Erica. Thank you and your wonderful community, and keep up the great work. It is greatly appreciated, and awareness will always works.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're gonna keep talking about it until they actually pick them up, because that was my promise, and my word is my word. I'm gonna stick to it. So we'll be going live every night. I usually go around 9:30 nightly, but I had to take my grandkids home, so I'm still on the road. So I'll go probably later on tonight or tomorrow, same time.
Thank you, Miss Erica. We greatly appreciate you, and
All
I'm
right.
glad to see justice being served. You have a blessed evening.
You do as well. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. They did an amazing job. They did an amazing job because, like I said, people have always said that awareness doesn't work, and the same thing that we hear all the time: awareness doesn't work. Awareness doesn't work. Look, somebody is facing some heavy things, and this is one individual, prime example of. Okay, sorry about that. I had to grab a picture, everybody. You know, so we want to thank Erica. Greatly appreciated. Now, this next individual, Oh, I gotta take it out of. Give me 1 second, because I gotta get volume up on this. Oh, I gotta turn on my Bluetooth speaker.
Bluetooth device is ready to pair. Bluetooth mode. Paired successfully.
Now this next individual, it was been brought to my attention. And let me see if I can make this bigger. There we go. Sorry if the screen is too bright. I apologize. This was dropped on my lap. They go by Domestic Abuse Journey and another account on TikTok. I'll play part of one of her live streams that they sent me over.
Question. I have one body. It's your Father. The Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Oh yeah, and how'd that play out?
I mean, the body of Christ compels me, so.
Her? Well, why wouldn't I be? I mean, pointers and setters. Do you not get it?
That comment. Holy shit.
Oh my god. Yeah, see, y'all are so
Lizards? I'm so confused.
Can we double?
Because this girl Christine down here said she's not. So I
It's Christine. Why can't you read my name?
It's what it. I thought that's what it said, Christine.
There's no E on the end. It's Kristen.
Okay, Kristen. Okay, Kristen. I'm sorry, it was cut off by.
This is going to be a wild one. I'm going to tell everybody right now. This is going to be. So essentially, she uses her platform to weaponize against all men. You heard it right. She uses her platform on TikTok and weaponizes it going against all men. It's kind of crazy. They sent me a lot on this individual. Oh, where did it go? Hold on. I have a lot. And it's loading right now. Look at everything that was dropped on my lap. And that's just one Dropbox link. So essentially, she's using her platform to weaponize it against all men. Some of the things that are being said on that platform are craziness. I don't get it. And anytime she does have a male in her box, it goes horribly wrong. So she goes by Domestic Abuse Journey. I have another video, I believe.
Alright, so just to let you know, at this time the recording has begun. Do I have your full legal consent to record this conversation?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And let the record show that the caller would like to remain anonymous, names not given. Consent has been conceived as per recording under the law of FCDPS.
Look, I haven't even reviewed what I'm playing. I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't reviewed anything that you're listening just like I am. So I think I better not play this until I see what it is. But for somebody to use their platform on TikTok and weaponize it to go against all men, it's crazy work. Jacqueline, we're talking about Domestic Abuse Journey on TikTok. I got her picture somewhere in all the emails that I received. This is going to be a rabbit hole that I don't look forward to. I really don't. I don't look forward to any of this. Um, but I told him that I would talk about it and we would go through every single thing. You know what? In my opinion, what we're about to have with this lady, and I didn't prepare a picture uh, to put up on the screen. What we're essentially going to have is another slot. I haven't heard anything on CloverCon. He fell off the map, Sam. Sam, he essentially fell off the map. Now, in my opinion, this is going to be another slot situation because under the guise of DV, she's collecting money. Thank you, Miss Bev. Um, Under the guise of DV and other, amongst other things, she is collecting money. Even her CA, I looked up her CA. It is listed as DV fund. That is essentially, if this lady continues down this same route, she's going to find herself in a slot situation. Especially, I looked to see if she had any type of 501c3, to collect donations on behalf of DV victims or DV survivors, stuff of that nature. I didn't find no organization under her name. I didn't know. I didn't find no 501c. I didn't find nothing. So this is worse than this is going to be worse than the slot situation. I don't know why people are doing this, but they think they're not going to get caught. She also goes by Lotus, Lotus Inc., Inc., Lotus Inc. But I did, when I found that CA that said DV fund, that's what her CA is labeled. I was all like, oh, here we go. If this lady does not know who Slot is, I highly suggest that she find out what has happened with all that. It's okay, Miss Deborah. I highly suggest that she better do some research. And let me see if I could get a picture of her. I mean, the amount of things that were sent to me it's wild. But give me 1 second. I'll see if I got I got a lot of videos. I got a lot of videos. A lot of videos were sent to me. I'll get a picture for everybody. I gotta really, really look into all of this. I know that there's a lot of receipts for amounts of money that she collected. Miss Natasha, about who? About the lady I'm talking about right now, this Lotus Inc. There's a lot that I have to go through. I have a lot of emails. I have screenshots, videos, a lot. Yeah, Miss Stephanie, somebody did a lot of research, a lot. And they sent over a lot of videos. There's a lot of receipts here. They sent a lot. Now, I did see that somebody that's always in her boxes and agrees with what she's doing by weaponizing her platform to go after men, that, thank you, Ms. Natasha, that they followed me the other day. For what reason? I don't know. I think the page was called Men's Mental Health Matters. I believe that's what the account was called, Men's Mental Health Matters. But it seems like they are on her side. They agree with everything that she essentially says. I don't get it. Why follow me in the first place? You know, if they got wind that a lot of this was being dropped on my lap, all this evidence. What, they want to come in, report back to her? That's fine. That's why we keep it public. You could come in, listen, and report back to that lady whatever you want to report to her. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Strawberry Love, to see what I would say. But I have so many videos here that I have to go through a lot of it. Unless they want to be sneaky. There's no reason to be sneaky. All they had to do, if they had any questions, they could have messaged me. It's as simple as that. They could have came and got in a box and said, okay, what's going on? Because we've always allowed people that we bring awareness about, we've always allowed them in a box and said, okay, say whatever you need to say. I don't have an issue with it. We always want to get their side of the story. That's just how we run the platform over here. Now, even her supporters, I will allow in a box to come in. Mama G, yeah, I try to be fair with everybody. And it's been like that since we started the platform, right? Because this platform was built by a community. This is not my platform. I essentially, I say that on every live stream. This platform does not belong to me. This belongs to a community, because if it wasn't for the community, we would not be here. So this is not my platform. This belongs to a community. And I keep it as fair as possible for everybody. Even the people that we bring awareness about. I always keep it fair. I allow everybody in the box. So we'll get down to the bottom of this whole everything that's been sent to me, and I'll put out what's relevant, dollar amounts. I'll put out all the necessary information so everybody knows. But like I said, I got a lot of emails. This is just one Dropbox link with all this that I have, and I have to put this into its own folder. I essentially, with this situation, I'm going to have to put like 2 or 3 folders together. That's just how it's going to have to happen. And if you requested a box, let me know. Because sometimes people hit request by accident. If you requested a box, let me know in the comments, and I'll bring you up. And if you are a follower of Ms. Lotus Inc. or Domestic Abuse Journey, that's the account name, have at it. You could get a box. And I'll essentially tell you what transpires from here on out. But I'm going to do my due diligence. I'm listening to a few of her live streams. I did not like what was going on. Any man that gets in her box, you better forget about it. That's all I can say. Forget about, if you're a male going into her box, they're going to tear you to shreds, essentially. That's how she conducts her platform, because she's against all men. She weaponizes her platform. So all I'm going to do, I just wanted to show everybody something that will be coming up and what we could look. I mean, look, I'm going to tell you right now the amount of emails that I have received. I have 5 emails. I have a lot. I mean, there's a lot to go through. Yeah, Shorty. Yeah. Shorty 83. I heard about that. I did hear about that.
Shortly after that happened with my daughter, I
Oh, I don't know what these recordings are now. I got to go through these recordings, everybody. I have a lot, and I don't want to put out these recordings until, or I'm going to listen to them and see essentially what is of relevance. That's what I got to do. Now, let me grab a picture because I'm not going to take up too much of anybody's time today. Okay. Now, are there any questions about any of the people that we've covered that you're wondering about, or you've asked about, stuff of that nature? Because I know there's a lot of new people that they want me to cover. It's just hard. It's hard to keep up with the amount of people that they want us to cover. So, any questions? I know they asked about CloverCon last time. You were late coming in, Miss Deborah. It's okay. They asked about CloverCon. He fell off the map. I haven't seen him. Oh, Miss Carrie, there's a lot going on with that situation, and I'm gonna. There's legal matters being handled, and I can't talk about that because I respect. I respect what somebody has asked for nobody to talk about that because of the legality. So I highly respect that when somebody asks, please do not talk about that situation. There's legal matters happening. I'll let it be because I like to respect people's boundaries. And yeah, I'm going to respect the boundaries because I'm going to let the legal process play out with all that situation. The one thing I don't understand, although, yeah, Miss Carrie, and that's part of keeping it respectful, right? Is, you know, you got to know where to draw the line when there's legal process going on. Now, this is what I'm trying to figure out. Gabby's off the app. They said she's popped up for like a minute, 30 seconds here and there yesterday or today. That's what I heard on these TikTok streets. But here's the thing. Do you think Frauditor Reaper is a fraud or legit? I don't even know who that is. Penelope Pepper? I don't know who that is. To be honest with you, I've heard the name, but I don't know who they are. Now, if Gabby's off the app, I don't know why people still bring her up. Essentially, it's like Beetlejuice. You say the name so many times, they're going to make a comeback. Okay, is that what it was, Mrs. Bev? If people continue to talk about Gabby when she's off the app, it's going to be like a Beetlejuice effect. Say it 3 times and boom, they're back. I don't understand. I would just let it be. To be honest with you, she's off the app. Let her stay off the app. If she comes back to TikTok, then that's a different story because there's a lot that has to be answered for. But I wouldn't talk about her no more. I just wanted to address that, because she's not on the app anymore. So don't Beetlejuice it, anybody, and just let it be. Because there is a Gabby 2.0 on TikTok. And I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole. There is a Gabby 2.0 on TikTok right now. And I'm not going to dive down that one. Nope. I refuse to do it. A lot of people know who I'm talking about. There's a few people talking about it. Rose Red, you already went down that rabbit hole? Yeah, I refuse. I seen some videos and I was like, no. Yeah, Gabby 2.0, I'm not going to even go down that rabbit hole because there you go. Jazzy Baby 08. Yeah. Don't go in there and give her any views. Yeah, Red Cupid. G was enough. But whatever you do, look, I can't tell people what to do. But if you go into that live stream, you're only running up the views, pushing them out to the FYP. And then we're going to have another 4 or 5 years of Gabby 2.0. Oh, did you, Rose Red? Yeah, I don't want no part of it. I just don't. We've had enough with G and D. We've had enough with Gabby and Danny. I am not willing. Hey, Leslo, I am not willing to go down the rabbit hole of Gabby 2.0 because it's not. Nope. Nope. Oh, okay. Sugar Skulls. I've seen a few people talking about it, and I was like, yeah, no. I'm going to go do something else. You know what I did? I found a bunch of comedy videos, and I said, I refuse. I refuse to talk about this new chick doing some wild things on TikTok. I refuse. We've had enough with G. And I believe a lot of people feel the same way as I do, that we're not willing to do another 4 or 5 years of this. We are, at least I'm not. I am not. You can't be, I don't, no. No, thank you. Look, Miss Carrie already knows that it was exhausting. Miss Daisy, dipshits Daisy, it was very exhausting. Even after stopping for a little while of talking about G, I was like, yeah, no. You lost interest. Oh, I wouldn't even talk about that individual, Miss Hurricane Tammy. I refused. I refused. Yeah, his queen. That's what I'm talking about. So, if people ever expect for the Mexican homie to bring awareness on that Gabby 2.0, no, I will not. I refuse. So I just wanted to touch a little bit on don't Beetlejuice this, don't Candyman it. You know, if you've never seen the movie Candyman, it's a classic. Oh, I know, Miss Carrie. I know. No, nobody has asked me to, but they shared the live stream over. If you ever seen the movie Candyman, you know what I'm talking about. It's a classic. If not, go watch the movie. You might get scared. So don't Beetlejuice it, don't Candyman it, and we'll just keep it pushing. Any questions? If there's any questions about anybody before I get off, throw it out there. And yeah, before I put
Not really a question, but I do have like a statement. It's nobody that you've mentioned today. I did post about it on my backup accounts because of the content of it. But there is this man who likes to go live and makes himself happy, if you get my drift. And last night he actually, I don't know how many times he's exposed himself, but last night he exposed himself. Thankfully, we got him taken down. I don't know how long his live was discontinued, but yeah. So I'm going to put his in the chat. Old school 1976 2. I don't know what his name is. I was just made aware of it yesterday, and apparently he does this. He's done this more than once. So, no, not Scott, not Scott. So, old school 1976 2. If you guys see him live and doing that, I would just report him. You can also report his Cash App in his bio if you really want to, just to, sucker punch him.
Well, that's
But that's all.
very.
I just wanted to make that statement
That's
because it was disgusting.
yeah. I'm glad I didn't catch it. See, I'm going to stay on the comedy side of TikTok for a while. Um, you know, we love to bring awareness. We love to, inform people, let people know. We fortunately, and thank God, uh, I've been busy. We met some people on TikTok that I'm not going to mention nobody because I'm not dropping anybody that I meet off of TikTok and I meet them in real life. It's always a pleasure. We have the pleasure of doing some projects. So some very great individuals that we met on TikTok. Thank God that we were able to meet them in person and be able to knock out some projects in their home. And you meet there's some great people out here, and um, so at least I get to stay busy off of social media and go work on some other things and just stay busy. And oh, is he Miss Carrie? Oh, yeah, interesting. Not the motorcycle GANG.
I ain't scared of him. He's a little punk ass that likes to show his wing wing on live stream. Nasty ass.
Get it, KK. But yeah, essentially, we'll try to be as informative as possible, and we'll try to just do what we've been doing, do it respectfully. Uh, I don't know when our next live stream is going to be, and I'll try to do it earlier in the day for everybody. Tally Wakester. We'll try to hold it at an earlier time for everybody because I know essentially right now, for some people on the East Coast, it's 11. Central time, it's going to be about 10. So I will. Oh, you work, Miss Elizabeth? No, I'm saying maybe 4 or 5 in the afternoon. That way, you know, people don't miss the live stream. And if you do miss it, KK, are you still putting them up on your YouTube, the live streams?
Yep, as long as I still have permission, they will absolutely be on my YouTube.
Oh, yeah. You don't need permission. And for the ones that message me and ask me, is it okay? 6 Central, let's compromise. Yeah, that would be fine my time, Miss Elizabeth. We could compromise on that. 8 p.m. Okay, Ms. Bev. Yeah, so yeah, we could always work out a time that's good for everybody. I'm saying find my time, which Miss Elizabeth would be 6 Central your time. Yeah, for the ones that messaged me asking for if they could record, screen record, take screenshots, you don't ever have to ask. Feel free to do it. That's why we keep the platform public and we don't keep it private. We want to get the message out to as many people as possible. So that's always going to be the goal. And we're going to keep it presidential around here. I'm sorry, everybody. I just had to throw that out there one more time. Yeah, everybody have a blessed evening. Thank you, Ms. Daisy. Thank you to everybody that's joined us tonight. It is always greatly appreciated. If it wasn't for the community, we wouldn't be here today or tonight or have the platform that we do. So we have an amazing community, amazing family that we have on TikTok, and we want to thank everybody. We want to thank you, KK, because with all the lagging that happens, maybe one of these 2 new phones is going to prevent the lagging because I did pick up 2 new devices. Maybe one of these new phones, probably because my phone is outdated, probably. So with that being said, I want to thank you, KK, for coming in the box.
Yeah, absolutely. It helps me. It prevents me from scrolling and getting distracted. I just sat in here and I was making dinner while you were talking, and I was checking comments. So no problem at all.
Thank you, KK. You have a blessed evening, and hopefully all is well with you and your family. I want to thank everybody. It is greatly appreciated. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to hang out with Mrs. Homie, watch some comedy. I got an outro. Everybody have a blessed evening. Spend time with your family, your friends, and your loved ones. And we're going to keep it presidential around here. Have a good night, everybody.